speaking of tits, I guess.
Oh,
Anime
God.
tits! New segment time! So, the only anime I really ever watched was probably Pokemon back in the day.
That's
Which
just
isn't a real anime.
Down.
Avatar, which also isn't real anime. But the closest I've ever gotten to real anime was Naruto, but I haven't watched that in like a decade.
All right, so
enlighten
I
us.
will try my best to enlighten you guys real quick.
Like Raisuku.
What was that?
It's a show on Netflix.
I've heard of it actually. Never mind. I do like was it like red lettering? I'm pretty sure.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Well, okay. I'm gonna try my best to like get this really quickly. Avatar isn't really considered anime because it's
figured.
American anime.
That's what I literally told Rooster that.
Nickelodeon.
I told him,
Yeah.
I was like, this is Americanized anime. He's like, I love it. Can you give me more of this? I'm like, there's Korra, but that's it. It's like,
Yeah.
Korra's trash. I'm like, well, then.
Korra's
I wouldn't say
actually-
Korra's trash.
Korra's
per
actually
se.
like
He didn't like
the
Korra.
lore of Korra is actually like pretty deep.
Yeah, it is deep, but I just didn't like it compared to Avatar: The
not
Last
the
Airbender, just
original.
because it's like, not only because it's not the original, but they did not. I feel like Avatar: The Last Airbender really put in a lot of time with their characters,
Well, they
and
probably.
they
seemed
did
a little
not.
rushed.
It was
Korra
very
wasn't-
kind of rushed,
Didn't
and it was
have
like,
many seasons.
yeah,
No,
and not
they
to
ended up
mention
with
like,
more than Avatar.
yeah, but I'm saying like they still kind of rushed it, and
But
it was
more
kind of
filler
like.
than more,
Like, Avatar: The Last Airbender was more of a pioneer, I feel like. Because, like, Korra seemed very pandered. Like,
Yeah.
they were
'Cause,
like, make sure the black community's in there, so they made a black, like, lead
Oh, yeah,
cast.
wasn't she lesbian?
And then they were like, make sure she's lesbian.
Mm-hmm.
And then they, like, turned her, not turned her, but they, like, got her to be a lesbian. So it just seemed very, like, it seems like they were very pandering to communities, just making sure checkboxes were off.
Like the-
That's how it felt like
like
to
the
me
JK.
personally.
It's like the J.K. Rowling.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Dumbledore's
exactly.
100% gay. Like,
Yeah, it's just like,
Yeah.
you
Because J.K.
like,
Rowling would just
like,
pander to
exactly. It
Hermione
was
was
just
supposed
like,
to be black.
yeah, like, it was just like things that you can't necessarily disprove, but then, like, they could just say, so, like, people are happy with it. So, that's one of the reasons why
Some.
I disliked Legend of Korra. But it's still a good show. I would say, like, maybe 7 out of 10 compared to Avatar, which is, like, a 10 out of 10.
You know what's
But,
a good anime?
anime. If we're talking about anime,
Did you-
my favorite anime of all time will for more. If I could speak, my favorite anime is One Piece, and
I've heard of it.
My brother liked One Piece. He has a tattoo.
I will say like the world building, the character development, the world building is definitely the reason why most people like One Piece, and the lore of One Piece. It's so much mystery connected with it, and the writer, the person who writes One Piece, his name is Ichiro Oda. Oda is known to like make things work together in One Piece. Like everything comes together and it gels like so well. He's a great author. Like an amazing author. Like just the thing that he could think of, like for example, there's this part in One Piece, right? Where there's this character, his name is Sanji, and he calls himself Mr. Prince in like one episode, and like 800 episodes down the line you end up realizing that this guy was actually a prince of a kingdom, and that was just foreshadowed in it.
Yeah.
Or another foreshadowing would be something like there's so many good foreshadowings that no one would really think of besides Oda. And among the fan base, people call him Goda because they think he's really that good. Like,
Does he use Chekhov's gun a lot?
what do you mean?
Oh, Chekhov's gun. So in plays, in like the first or second act, you'll see a gun. They'll mention the gun. It exists. Whatever. They put it in a box on a mantle or whatever. But then you don't think anything of it. Oh, it's just a gun. Whatever. But then it pops up in the fourth act, and it's actually something really important.
Absolutely. That would be like the best way to describe what Oda does, because he does that very often. Something like that is kind of like in this one. Okay, so there was a Fishman Island, right? Fishman Island are basically mermen and mermaids.
That didn't translate from Japanese very well, did it? That's why it's like island is in there. It's like,
Well, they consider themselves fishmen,
wait,
but like
I-
mermen and mermaids are fishmen. But if you're to talk about mermen or mermaids, then it would be like one or the other. But all of them together would be considered fishmen. So like that's why it's called Fishman Island.
so one thing, I swear I've seen One Piece we're talking like well over half my life ago.
It's been a while.
I swear it wasn't. There was English. It was in English.
Yeah, they had English dub like in 1999.
Okay, so I probably saw one of those. I've seen those then.
Yeah.
I don't remember how, why, or where I saw it. I've seen One Piece though before, and it was in English.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was probably Cartoon Network because also at the time they were running Naruto.
Yeah, you saw it on Cartoon Network. It was on Toonami on Saturday nights.
They did have that.
Cartoon Network is Toonami.
Oh,
So Toonami on Saturday night. Cartoon Network would turn into Toonami on Saturday nights. They would have like Zack Bell, Naruto, One Piece. Sometimes I think they had Full Metal Alchemist. I'm not too sure if that was.
That's the one I kind of was.
I've heard.
Yeah.
I really want to watch. I kind of want to watch She-Ra and Dragon Prince.
Okay, I could see why you like. I think you would like it.
Yeah.
Just from, like, how to put it, Full Metal Alchemist, She-Ra, and Dragon Prince. I wouldn't say they're similar. They're kind of different. But Full Metal Alchemist, I could definitely see a lot of people enjoying a lot, just because it's also really good writing, really good character development.
Yeah.
Ed is just a fantastic protagonist, to be honest.
Yeah.
So.
Because I watched Gravity Falls and The Owl House, which took a lot of inspiration from Full Metal Alchemist. Steven
Yeah.
Universe took a lot of inspiration from One Piece because Rebecca Sugar loved that anime. So
I
there's
see.
a lot of parallels.
I didn't even know. I have yet to watch Steven Universe, to be
It's
honest.
actually
I think I saw like a
really-
couple episodes, but I've
Yeah.
never seen it in depth. I've been trying my best to get on that, like, because I heard there's like a new golden age of like cartoons,
Animation,
like
yeah.
like Steven Universe, Adventure Time, regular show,
Gumball.
Gumball.
Gravity
like,
Falls was like a huge. It changed Disney animation because
Huh.
Gravity Falls was such a. It was a show that
It
didn't
was-
last long, but it
Yeah.
was.
I also heard it was kind of
Amazing.
darker compared to most
Yeah.
Disney shows. So like,
It was very. It wasn't like dark in terms of like. It's not Disney, but it's like was it Flapjack. It's not that type of dark, but it's more mysterious. type
Flapjack
of-
wasn't dark.
Flapjack was freaking morbid.
Oh, okay, but that was the
Flapjack-
animation style though.
The animation was but yeah.
I forgot
Gravity
about
Falls
Flapjack.
Gravity Falls was a game changer for animation.
Would you say, like, if you had to think of one show that kind of defined childhood while you were growing up, what would it be?
It would be Gravity
SpongeBob.
Falls.
Gravity Falls, SpongeBob. I feel like SpongeBob would definitely be a '90s kids thing. Like,
What would be mine? Shoot.
Little Bill.
like
No.
Little Bill.
Caillou.
No,
Caillou.
I want to say Codename Kids Next Door. I loved it.
Okay, but I'm saying like in terms of actually like
More modern ones.
not modern ones, but like kind of like for example, Nickelodeon would not be the same without SpongeBob.
Right.
Yeah.
For Cartoon Network, I think of like shows like Adventure Time.
Adventure Time.
Like
definitely.
it's
Or-
something
I
that
watched Adventure Time for a
completely-
while.
Yeah, completely
Adventure-
changed.
Was it Foster's Home and
For Imaginary
I love that
Friends,
one as
Yeah.
well.
That one, yeah.
I just don't want to put that one up there with Adventure Time because like Adventure Time had a cult following. Foster's Home
yes.
did too, but like literally
Adventure
everyone was just like, "Oh my gosh, Finn, Jake!" It's just like literally everyone. You couldn't escape it.
I learned a lot about Foster's Home, like just recently. And if you ever listen to their theme song, it has psychedelic influences. So you have backwards playing instruments in the background. And so like I was like, holy crap. So I was like, okay, now I loved the show. Now it's like, okay, now I want to get back into it. Actually, when I'm finished grinding the Magic School Bus, I'm almost done. There's
There
only
you go,
4
that's the
seasons.
show.
That's my favorite anime right now.
The Magic School Bus. Like, are we talking about like?
Classic.
Like,
Teacher Fizzle?
Yes.
Yes.
Wow.
I grinded it in 6th grade on
Yeah.
YouTube for like as many episodes as you can find, but now I'm grinding on Netflix, and when I'm done, I'm jumping on.
Wait, it's on Netflix?
Yeah.
Oh, snap.
And then after that, you're gonna jump on Reading
Gumball.
Rainbow.
No. Reading Rainbow ends on the 1st.
Funny fact, if you've ever seen Roots, the same guy that is in Reading Rainbow played Toby.
I knew he was from something else. I was like, he was in some movie that was like super influential. I don't remember what movie. It was
was
Roots.
Roots.
Yes. I
Yeah.
love that guy.
I think his name was
Reading
LeVar
Rainbow.
Burton, I'm pretty sure.
It was the
It was a
original
book
one.
that
The
turned
original?
into,
The one that Sheldon Cooper gave to his HR lady.
Alex
The
Haley.
original Roots.
But yeah, like, I don't know, TV, anime, cartoons, they're just like, it's crazy how like you don't realize how much like it actually like impacted your life, and then you make so many references from
Yeah,
SpongeBob
yeah,
or something, and
We
you're
had
like,
a whole episode
Yes.
where we just talked about
Did you
SpongeBob.
Ever watch Studio Ghibli?
I've never seen it. I
Okay.
don't even. Wait. Oh, wait.
Like
you mean the
how-
films?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Howl's Moving Castle, Kiki's Delivery Service.
I think Netflix has a bunch of them, don't
Yeah.
they? Okay. I have
They're
yet to
long.
see
They're
them
really
though.
long though. The films. 'Cause I
Huh.
remember I was watching Kiki's Delivery Service. That was like at least 3 hours, and I wasn't able to finish
Dang.
it.
I don't know if I could like
It's a
watch a
long time.
movie for. Well, that's okay. I just talked about Roots, and Roots is like 9 hours, but
Jesus.
yeah, it. There's a lot of movies I don't think I could like. For example,
That's
I'm
it.
sorry, but not Infinity War.
Endgame.
Endgame?
Endgame, I could not sit and watch that for 3 hours in one setting. I had to like take my time with it, just cause. Damn, it was so long, and like I'm just not that much of a Marvel fan either. I'm a huge DC fan. Huge DC
I
fan.
watched.
Feels
I've
the same way.
seen.
Yeah, cause I'm
He's more
sorry.
into it for the science, though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
literally.
yeah,
like,
yeah,
yeah.
DC.
has some.
I love the sense that they put
It's
that
more
behind the
science
Flash.
than
It's
DC.
it's more sciencey, and it's more like
more realistic science.
kind of more realistic.
Oh,
like
the Flash.
the world isn't always
No,
that.
no,
Okay,
no,
it's
okay,
not
time out.
great.
We're not talking about like,
Like-
but I'm saying like, are we talking about the show The Flash or the comics The Flash? Because there's a huge.
I got
show.
into the show on Netflix.
Okay, the show on Netflix is. I'm sorry, but
They took
They-
artistic liberty.
yeah, they really like.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of stuff that doesn't really tie
At
in
all.
with
I
the
was going to
canon.
ask you
And-
if you wanted to make another controversial statement
Oh man,
about anime. I was going to ask you
One
your
Piece
Sailor
is the-
Moon opinion.
Sailor Moon is great.
Oh, you did drive a stake in the anime community, because I know a lot of people that say Sailor Moon isn't real anime or whatever. and it's horrible.
I wouldn't like go that far and say it's not real anime and it's horrible, but
I know a lot of
like-
people give PewDiePie crap for liking Sailor Moon, or he
Why?
doesn't, because I don't know. A lot of people's like, Sailor Moon isn't real anime, and they get all angry.
I feel
about
like
it.
there's so many like, okay, I feel like there's so many haters in the anime community. Like people, like for example, I'm sure you guys heard of Dragon Ball Z by now.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
have you guys seen people that love Dragon Ball Z? Like,
Hasn't met
absolutely
anybody.
love it. They're just like, literally, you could be enjoying your favorite anime. Like, you could be talking about Pokemon, you could be talking about SpongeBob, you could be talking about film, and then like they'll come up to you and be like, "Can he beat Goku though?" And it's just like.
No.
Shut up. Like, nobody cares if you can beat Goku or not. I don't care. Like, even though I personally think that there's no way One
Is he
Piece,
over
like,
9,000? No,
yeah, I don't
Get outta here.
see any way Luffy would lose to Goku, and I know that's a huge controversial statement in the anime community. It's huge. But the main character in One Piece, there's these things called devil fruits. The main
Sounds
character ate a devil fruit that gives him the ability to turn, like, his body is now rubber.
Oh yeah, I just
So
see, from
there's
what I
no-
remember. I remember I do remember that some of the lore there, but I vaguely remember that.
It's just like, I don't see, like, literally he's immune to physical attacks.
Oh yeah, I remember. They just shoot
Goku
him.
is a physical fighter. I don't see him personally losing to Goku just because it's physical attacks. But people would be like, but he couldn't beat Goku though.
But
It's
isn't
just
there an
like,
episode
shut
though where they literally just keep beating the crap out of him until where he just gets tired and he can't do anything anymore?
Are we talking about Goku or are we talking about
One
Luffy?
Piece.
Not that I know of. There's episodes where definitely he's been beaten, or like I also read the manga, so like there's definitely episodes where he's been beaten before. Like he's been beaten by people like Crocodile or even Bellamy, but like that was on his own free will or whatnot. But like he's never really like but in a physical confrontation, if it's just straight hands, he's never really lost because he's rubber. Like, granted, there's ways that you could hurt him now, but like he's still rubber at the end of the day. You can't just like punch rubber and expect it to.
Wait a minute. One Punch Man versus Luffy.
I would still say Luffy because Luffy is rubber. How are you going yes.
I can throw rubber at the sun and it's not gonna last long.
Sure.
And One Punch Man literally destroyed an asteroid, so.
But I'm saying, like, you would have to. But even in One Punch Man, they show that Saitama isn't really smart. If he was smart, he would have been in the S class with Genos. But they showed that he wasn't that
His
smart.
power comes from satire, isn't it?
Exactly. So, like, I absolutely love Saitama. I think it's great. I think the whole philosophy behind One Punch Man is great. And granted, yes, I'm biased. I love One Piece. But Luffy, I don't see losing. Like, I don't see him being thrown to the sun so easily. Like, you would have to do something in order to, like, actually get him to... Like,
And
granted, I think there's definitely people that he could lose to. Like, people that use swords, I could see him losing to. But you can't mention someone that uses just fists against a rubber
Anime
person.
community. Well, come on, let's band together here. I want to see a... there's a YouTube channel where they do, like, fights and, like, characters. And
Oh,
they had
Death
Luke
Battle?
Yes, they had Luke
Death Battle.
Skywalker versus Harry Potter. I want to see Death Battle between Luffy and One Punch Man.
Yeah, like, granted, Death Battle, I like them. I just think that they don't take things into account. Like, I'm pretty sure there was, like, a Zoro versus Urza one. And, like, as much as I like the result, I just don't see how Zoro could possibly win against an Urza. I'm a huge Zoro fanboy. I know if there's ever going to be a One Piece person in the audience, just know, because, like, Zoro is probably the most popular character in One Piece. Like, if anyone talks any sort of crap against them, people are like, he's like Goku for Dragon Ball Z fans. Like, people literally love the dude, and I get it. I'm a huge Zoro fanboy too, but Urza is magical. Like, she uses magic as well, and I don't think she would just be... Granted, I still think Zoro would win. That's a lie. Anyway, but yeah, Death Battle, do something. Luffy versus Goku and Saitama. I would love to see it. But what other questions or anime questions do you guys have?
I guess so. We were talking about Flash. What were we going to go into as far as the comics?
So the comics, I feel like, explain the science side more so of it than the show itself. The show itself is very... I was gonna say, like, I dislike... Okay, when the show does really good, and, like, that first season where the show does really good, and then they just try to milk it for all it's worth.
Yeah.
That's how the Flash is right now.
They tried
It's
to
like...
throw in as many, all of his villains.
Yeah,
I'd say, like,
and
the
it,
later seasons.
yeah, and
they
it's not
threw
even.
in so
I
many.
don't mind if they throw in all the villains. Like, do so, but do so correctly. Like, you can't just like.
They did like one after.
It's
Yeah,
almost like
like-
they were trying to rush into it because they didn't know what the show was going to do very good.
Exactly, or like same thing with Arrow. If you watch that, too.
I never really got
it's
into
just
Arrow
like
now.
it's just like it's like the first season so good, so well put together. Let's talk just Flash because that's what you guys
Sure.
like know. But like, it's so well put together. If you don't have any like knowledge of the Flash before, you don't really see the Reverse Flash being the guy who it was. I'm not trying to spoil it for anyone that wants to watch it, but you don't really see that coming.
Spoil it. Screw them.
Nah, I can't. That's out of respect. You don't see that coming if you've never seen the Flash before. But like, after that, everything is telegraphed. The jokes are corny. Like, It's just like no, there's times where like you just cringe, like when Flash saves Supergirl, that episode makes me cringe
There's a
every.
crossover.
Yeah, there's crossover.
Yeah, oh yeah,
episodes.
The DC
there's lots of
universe is
crossovers.
all.
They do lots of
It's very
crossovers, and DC has been known to do that even since like back then with the Batman Unlimited, Justice Unlimited, Superman. Like they've done it even back when they were only doing cartoons, but like. It's just so corny. Like, it's so corny. There's, like, this part where she's like, you think you could keep up the red blur or something like that? And he's just like, what about you, woman of steel? And it's like, shut up. Like, shut up. Like, like, just leave. Like, stop talking. And not to mention, it came out, like, that Ralph Dibny ended up getting fired because he was like racist or something.
Jesus.
Or he was
it's just
making
like,
bad jokes or something like that.
Yeah, it's just like it's a whole slut show. So
Nice use there.
it really just it really was just like it was really good first season. I loved season 1, but season 2 was like okay. Season 3 I think season 3 had Savitar, right?
Yeah,
it was all right, and then like. It was like, and then season 4 just was like
with DeVoe,
I was just
They
like
threw in
fell
whatever
off,
they want,
like completely fell off. I was like, okay, he has the fastest mind. This dude's in a freaking wheelchair. Like, like, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to make jokes to like paraplegics and whatnot, but come on,
that's Phil's favorite people to talk about.
Like
the other thing is like
on.
I feel like at least with the Flash, you know. If he really has all this speed, I feel like they really underplay it in a lot of episodes, which is something I didn't like. They underplay. I mean, I get it, you have to let the other guy, you know, make it. You have to make it look like he has a fighting chance or whatever.
Enough to
but it's like
reverse time.
Yeah.
You can just literally pause time every time there's a villain. Like I'm gonna win, Flash. He's like, let me just pause time.
Like.
Snap,
Exactly.
nap, and over.
But
Done.
they
Roll
underplay it
credits.
in a lot of the episodes.
Well, you can't.
Very much so. Like this, especially like the last season I saw, because I haven't seen the one on Netflix yet. The one that just recently dropped on Netflix.
Yeah.
It's like what, June 20th, 29th now. I have not seen that one that just came out as of yet. But like that last season I saw, it was just like this dude showed that he had the power to basically like not only stop time, but like have someone else in it and have a whole conversation with that person. Like he was talking with his wife at the courtroom saying like, hey, don't do this because like if y'all do this, I'm going.
I love that episode.
Yeah.
Honestly. I thought it was so cool.
Yeah, and
how like time is just moving so slow.
Yeah, time is moving super slow, but it's just like it really downplayed his powers. It was just like, he could do this whenever he wants, but he never chooses to because he's dumb. And I'm like, Barry Allen is actually one of like he's not only partly one of the reasons why I love Flash in the comics. He's one of the funnier people. And he's also one of the smarter ones. Yeah. He's not a dumb character. He's
Did you actually
goofy.
read the comics?
Yeah, as a kid I read the comics. He's goofy and he's smart. They downplay so much of Barry Allen. Like they downplay his science background. Yeah. They really downplay that, and I hate it.
They gave him more justice in the movie Justice League, and I didn't really like that movie.
Yeah.
Well, Justice League, nobody liked Justice.
That movie wasn't really good, but they did pretty well with Barry Allen. Like,
yeah.
Because he was all alone in the comics. He didn't have anybody to help him.
And like all the other new people that kind of came in, not new people per se, but like just the acting of the Flash was just kind of cringeworthy.
Welcome to network television.
And granted, that's a lot of Netflix for me. Like there's not a lot of Netflix shows where I've been like, wow, all of the seasons were good. Like BoJack Horseman, I personally love BoJack Horseman.
You gotta watch Breaking Bad.
Stranger Things?
No, they've gotten weaker over time.
Over time it got weak. Like,
did.
especially now with season 4, I don't know if you saw the trailers with them bringing him alive. Like, how did he survive?
Yeah.
How in the world is he supposed to survive something that's like a point blank explosion that they made sure like to say, there's no way in hell you're gonna survive this.
Anime logic.
To be
How?
honest, I don't know. To be honest, I actually season 2 was my favorite mainly because I'm more interested in the other children that were used as the experiments, and they showed number. I want to say
Oh,
number
the
9.
girl that can make people see things with their mind.
With her.
Yes, I absolutely love that they introduced it and it went nowhere. That's why I hated season 2. I'm not gonna lie.
I hated season 3 for that fact that they didn't carry it on.
Yeah, because it really had potential to be something.
Yeah.
And
It had so much potential.
yeah, it was just like, yeah, you could just introduce a bunch of other kids. Like, one of my, not favorite movies, but, like, I would say maybe it's top 50 movies of all time. There's this movie called I Am Number 4. And basically what it is talking about a person with superpowers and whatnot. And it went absolutely nowhere. It probably bombed in the box office or whatnot. But, like, it was a really good movie about superpowers and talking about a person that's a specific number down a list. Literally 11, and that girl had something, and they could have kept it going.
Because season 1 hinted at
more children. Exactly.
Season 2 introduced us to a new children.
And then season 3 went nowhere from that.
Like the very first episode, new child, middle of the season, introduced her again, and then towards the very end, they said like their final goodbyes. We will meet again because we had to go in hiding now that they discovered us.
Exactly.
Season 3. It's like they never even met
again.
And that's what I did not like.
And that's a lot of what Netflix shows. Like, as much as I love the beginnings of Netflix shows, like, I would rather them just end at season 1 than them continue to milk. Have I ever written a story? No, but
I can tell you how this goes. So I'll write a story. You know, he's got big plans, big ideas. And your beginning of the story is great. You're building everything. You know, this is my problem in high school. Just writing stories, My stories are great. You start off great, strong. You give it all this exposition. You're building this world. But then I lose inspiration. I get rushed. And then it's just like, beginning. Here's the beginning. And then middle end. It's just over. Yeah. And it's like, whoa, all this building to just over like that. I wrote this story for one of my classes. Great building. And then it's just over. Yeah. Town blows up, over. It's just like, wow.
Yeah, kind of shifting it back to anime and One Piece. That's one of the things Oda does so well. It's something like, I feel like there's not a forgotten... I feel like I'm very critical on shows, movies, and stuff like that. But it's only because I thoroughly enjoy good, like watching something of good quality. And something that Oda does so well is that it doesn't feel like something is usually forced. If there is a problem with Oda, though, it is his pacing. It's like sometimes things drag out for long periods of time, and it feels like it's taking forever to get to a certain point.
That's why I don't like Lord of the Rings.
With Steven Universe.
Okay.
Especially if you were like actually following it in real time. There were so many hiatuses within the show. We were like, it was like every other month, new episode.
Wow.
And the worst part is those episodes were filler.
Oh
so
man.
No lore building.
I will say that like we don't really have like One Piece does not have that much filler episodes, but I could understand the point because it's just like
just
the pacing
exactly
the pacing is just really like he could have like my thing is he could have sped things up just because we as the readers or the people that watch, we understood what was going on. You could have kind of sped it up. Yeah. But, like, I understand. I would rather... The funniest thing is I would rather him take his time than him, like, speed it up and add filler. Yeah. Because at least, like, with him taking his time, he does throw in little details that if you're not, like, paying attention to it, you're going to be, like, so shocked when it comes back later. And there's so many things like that, and I love the anime community / One Piece community for it, because when I feel like I've missed something, I usually just check either like, I'm about to shout out a bunch of people, Grand Line Review, Sawyer 7 Mage, Rogers Base, Mr. Morge. I feel like I could go to those people and watch their content and be like, wow, that's something I completely missed.
Yeah. Is there a wiki for all this?
There is a One Piece wiki. There is a One Piece wiki.
I was like gonna say, if these animes are long enough, there's gotta be a wiki.
There's like fandom.
There's fandom pages, and I need to speak to the One Piece community real quick.
How are you doing?
Real quick. Every time a One Piece movie comes out, you guys rush and try to look up where that character is. One Piece movies are not canon. Stop thinking they are.
I remember that.
Stop thinking they are. Please stop. It's annoying. Anyway, like it literally bothers me that One Piece does that. Like One Piece fans do that. They're like, there was like recently a new One Piece movie that came out called Stampede, and people are like, "Where's Bullet? Where's Bullet? Bullet's not gonna be in One Piece. It was a movie. It was not the actual thing."
Like people
Leave it
thinking
alone.
Detective Pikachu.
Exactly.
into
Like
Where's
Pokemon.
Ash?
Exactly. It's like, stop looking. Like,
Oh,
stop
the
it.
Movies
Like,
are canon. They start every new season with the movie.
okay, but I'm saying, like,
The
Detective
normal
Pikachu
yes.
is
It's
not
not
going
canon.
to be in Pokemon. Like,
It's not the canon
Yeah.
universe. It's same universe. Well, maybe
Yeah,
but-
you do use
similar
it for
universe, but not.
They do it for
in the
world
yeah,
canon
building.
universe.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's not in the canon universe. And
Yeah,
I just
Mewtwo
needed
was
to tell
never-
One Piece fans that stop doing that. If you're watching this and you watch it all the way to here, please stop doing that. Get some help.
Pokemon
Like,
lore's-
do something.
Yeah.
But yeah, like what I was saying about shows, like I really thoroughly watch shows, and that's why I'm critical. I know just sound super hypocritical saying like, yeah, I don't create content. I do like to write. I just don't like to write stories. And I feel like if you're going to rush stories, you kind of shouldn't write it then. Like, sure, do your season 1 and you're great. But if you're just doing it for the money, just like there's other things that I feel like are better for your time. Like, you're already accomplished as a writer if they're asking you to write again. And if you have that honor as a writer, then try to be your best. Like, try to have that dignity as a writer and put that work into your work. Because, like, it comes off as forced and really bad if it doesn't.
How I Met Your Mother was the same way. It was supposed to end at season 4.
Yeah.
But then they're like,
it's just like,
Yeah.
hey, you want some money? And they're like,
I feel the same with Big Bang Theory. Like, once
It
they
was.
gave Sheldon the ability to, like, understand common sense and all that.
what? They never gave him the full.
they
Yeah,
did.
they
They
did.
did.
They did in
They
the
did.
later seasons.
Oh, I mean, it was better. He's still.
But that's what I hate. And once everyone started to get girlfriends and all that, the show turned into Friends.
yeah, it
Yeah.
was just Friends Part 2.
It was.
like-
And so I liked it better when, like, the characters were still their same selves or whatever.
But that's
Yeah,
where they
like,
stop.
and
Oh, yeah,
granted, like, I understand there's a need for character development, but there's a way to have character development without, like, completely getting rid of what the character once
Yes.
was.
Also, you
Because that's what Sheldon's humor was known for.
Literally,
Well,
like,
also, the problem with Big Bang Theory was there was kind of a plot. You're like, okay, what are these nerds doing? How are they gonna grow? You know, they focused on Leonard and Penny's relationship. Oh, I already did. It's given its old time, and it was just like they built it, and then by the later seasons there was no plot anymore. I remember the final season, they focused on him getting his Nobel Prize,
yeah.
but like I feel like they just duct taped it in there because they were literally out of plot. Like after Howard went to space, it kind of all fell
it
apart
did.
because like there was no plot. There was nothing to build
nothing
to
to
now
work
anymore.
forward to. And
So they just had like, well, let's have Howard have another kid. But then as soon as that kid was done, oh crap, we're out of ideas. Another kid.
yeah, and that's
Raj has to break up with 3 girls.
and it gets me so mad because there's so many shows that have so many good potential,
Yeah.
and then it just gets kind of like screwed up towards the end. Like 13 Reasons Why. I loved season 1.
I heard of it. Yeah.
Season 2 was kind of like shaky. Season 3, I was just like, what's the need for this? Like, what more are we doing?
Yeah.
Or like On My Block, if you guys ever seen that. It's just like there's so many shows that Netflix did really well season 1 on, and it just kept getting worse and worse, and I'm just like kind
Because
of
eventually they're just doing it for the fans.
exactly. I'm
It's
just
like,
so
just
tired
do
of
it
it.
for the
Like
story.
the thing is, like, if you're doing it for the fans, then do it for the fans. The fans want to see a good thing. Like,
Yeah, but don't
nope.
let the fans
Yeah,
drive you. To
exactly,
What you wanna do.
exactly. Don't
Oh.
like. That's what I'm getting at. Exactly.
They talked
Don't let
about
the
that.
fans drive you to what you want to do. Like
Oh, the fans want to see this. Let's do
and
that.
exactly. And
Yeah.
one of the reasons why I love BoJack Horseman. Sorry, this is turned from anime to like shows in
Entertainment.
general,
Very good.
and I love it
Entertainment, yeah.
because this is something that needs to be said. Like
We usually go down
yeah.
rabbit holes in a lot
Yeah,
of podcasts.
absolutely love it.
Congratulations, you've earned
But,
your wings.
Red Bull. But sponsored. Come at us. Anyway,
Me, not him. Let's
but
give us
like,
a talk show.
I can see myself doing this every now and then. But basically, what I'm getting at is like, BoJack Horseman. What I personally love about that is that they did not pander to their fans one bit. They were the trendsetter. They were the ones to have the fans kind of pander to them.
Yeah.
And I absolutely love that. Shows shouldn't be like, okay, my fans want to see this, so I'm going to automatically throw it in, but it has nothing to do with the storyline. It's just something that the fans will obviously see that I've put in because I wanted to please them. No, like, shows are, like, granted, yes, there's entertainment. Shows are there for entertaining purposes, but some shows are there to, like, make us look at ourselves at a more critical light, and BoJack does that perfectly. It's not like I don't feel like there's a time where they've pandered to the audience. I don't feel like there's a time where the fans chose the direction of the show. You're the author. You're the editor. Show where that show's going. Don't let us decide where the hell the show's gonna go for you.
So
It's not our job.
The Nostalgia Critic, when he reviewed Star Wars Episode 9, made it great. It was comedic.
Are we talking about the Clone Wars, or are we actually talking about Star Wars?
Star Wars Episode 9.
Okay.
The end of the trilogy of trilogies.
Mhm.
So when he made the review, and in the very end it was a skit, but it was comical, because that's just, you have to be comical, but it made a powerful statement. It was like comparing what happened with the new trilogy and how it was like it was driven by Disney and just money, and then how it just pissed everybody off, but made certain communities happy. And then they made Mandalorian. And it was just like Mandalorian pleased everybody. It made lots of money. Disney, but it wasn't Disney driving it. It was just driven itself.
Well, what happened was, so Mandalorian, first off, I hate the new trilogy. It had so much potential.
You can blame one director, one man.
Freaking Ryan Johnson.
Hold on. I want to focus not on
I know, but like
on like the whole principle of being driven by money and fans.
The new trilogy, Episode 7, had so much potential, and granted, it did do a lot of good work, but there were so many like things with it that was not Star Wars. But anyways, The Mandalorian pleased so many people because I believe one of the main directors, James Favreau, I'm pretty sure he helped work on the Star Wars animation. Like,
Favreau was one of the directors of Star Wars: The Clone Wars.
He helped with Clone Wars and Rebels, and he knew what to do. He knew the Star Wars lore. And that's one reason why certain things in Mandalorian, like that final scene of the last episode with, the saber.
Oh, the dark saber, yeah.
Just go ahead.
Because
like, you haven't seen all of the Mandalorian at this place. Get off my back. Like, all the way off.
It's been almost a year.
Get off my back.
Someone's going to be commenting, oh my gosh, I'm not watching it now. I'm going to be
all 7 of our viewers.
Anyways,
who knows?
James Favreau worked on Clone Wars, worked on Rebels, so...
Oh, is Gus in that? Gus is the new villain in...
Yeah, so he knew what to do. Whereas J.J. Abrams, he did a pretty good job. My only problem with it would have been Star Killer Base, just the basic mechanics of basic lightsabers. Finn, I'm sorry, you should have died. No one can live a lightsaber slice to the back.
It was a flesh wound.
Kylo Ren.
This is but the scratch.
Kylo Ren, you definitely should have died. You took a lightsaber to the face. You should have died.
It's just like so many like
Carterizes. What's the problem here?
It just nicked the surface.
That means new gun ray should have lived.
Well, hold on. You're saying scratch the back shows them. Oh, they lived. All right. Darth Maul got cut in half.
Okay, but that's
the lore?
okay. Yeah. But if we're talking about the actual
was
story,
lit-
he
So he was.
Yes, I know they brought him back
Because-
to life with
It's
magic, but
because he
still.
was so. Because he was so pumped up with rage, that the dark side physically kept him alive, which was one reason why Palpatine was able to live far longer than anyone should. This is even before the new trilogy. He actually should have died way before Empire, because he was actually very old. So he actually
I mean, he looked pretty good until he got, re-zapped with his own lightning.
he was using a force shield up on his face
Oh,
to hide his.
a lot of work.
The more you use the dark side, it just decays your whole entire flesh and bones because it's destructive. It's dark magic.
Yeah.
So he should have died way before the Empire was formed, I would say.
He should have died before he became Chancellor by that logic.
Well, no, he was actually, but because he was on the dark side for so long, the dark side kept him alive. Same with Darth Maul, because he was using so much of his hate for Obi-Wan, he was able to stay alive.
All right, then. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, we are approaching about the limit here, just because.
3 hours.
Well, no, this whole segment's gonna end up being like
Look at that,
the fourth segment's gonna be an hour.
it's almost longer than an Avengers movie.
Oh man, like I said, I didn't even want to talk about the Avengers movie. Can't even do it. Like, literally, the reason why I hated Endgame was just because it felt like it
Because
pampered to
too long.
fans. Like, literally, it was just like,
Yeah.
hey, look, Captain
Game
America.
of Thrones did the same thing. I would say, clearly at season 7 and 8. Season 8,
Yeah.
definitely.
Like,
you
when-
watch Game of Thrones?
No, but I know so much about them. I know so much about
Oh
the
my
show,
gosh!
it seems
So,
like I know
like
about the
here,
show.
I'm like feeling. I was like, damn, yeah, you're so right.
Yeah.
Season like, I feel so betrayed. I was
Yeah.
like,
I was like, I
damn.
didn't even know you actually watched the show.
I know. I got so
I just
invested
watch
in the
memes.
lore. I got so invested in the lore because it was the world building is amazing. That I was like, okay, this is actually really cool, and I would watch if I don't have Hulu. No, it's on HBO.
Yeah,
You
HBO
can
Max.
still get
Showtime.
it for free,
Yeah,
non-legal
free.
ways.
Don't do this at home.
Where everything
Do it at
is
home.
actually turned
I
backwards.
don't really care about their safety.
But yeah, question: How
Heard it here first, folks.
I'm gonna show them how to make gunpowder next week.
Do you watch Game of Thrones?
No, I don't. I'm just joking with you guys.
Oh,
You're good.
but yeah, season 8.
Do
did
you
the
watch?
same thing.
My
So
friend
I'm
does.
assuming you watch a lot of anime right now, or what do you watch?
Right
currently.
right now, I'm watching F is for Family. I know it's completely different than what I was talking about, but I just got done with One Piece on Netflix just because I saw they put it on Netflix. I was like,
Netflix.
yeah, as a One Piece fan, I was like, I
The
have
whole thing.
Well, not the whole thing, but like all the way up to the Alabasta arc, and that's where I would say, One Piece gets really good at the Baratier arc. It's really hard to get into. If I'm being honest, it's hard to get into just from watching season 1, episode 1. But
Wow, they were a weak pilot. What do you know?
but you will not regret watching it from season 1, episode 1 all the way down, because it, like I said, it just builds off of each other. Like, it's one of those things like BoJack Horseman too was a show that does not start off good, but after 6 episodes of it, I was just like, damn, this
I would
is
say
really
Gravity
good.
Falls did pretty well. It only had 2 seasons, so it was actually,
Well, it was pre-written. They're like
It-
2
it-
seasons is how it's gonna be.
But
Whole
yeah.
story done.
and it was actually really well done for 2 seasons, where everything mattered. Barely, I would say, maybe
No, they gave us a lot of red herrings.
there
that
was
never
not
built
a
on.
lot. I would say there was barely any filler. Basically, everything mattered to the main plot, which was
There were some episodes.
there were
that
some
were-
episodes that was not, but a lot of it was guided to why is this region of Oregon so weird.
Right.
But there was, I would say I loved every single episode. It was a really well thought out show.
Right. So, I tried ending it earlier, but apparently
Oh,
that
too
was
late.
impossible.
I mean, I still have more questions.
Yeah, like let's
Oh,
ask.
wait,
Let's ask.
well, we're reaching
Dr.
the very
Sheep
end
after
here.
night.
Okay, Dr. Sheep After Night. Like, what?
If I could continue, I would, but we physically are going to run out of, well, battery, and yeah.
Okay.
So, we can always have you back on. This was a great time. Thank you for coming
I
on.
would definitely love to be back on the show.
We'll talk at work.
About,
Coming back on.
dang. Wow,
Wow.
I've never, like, I've never done this before where I've been extended to stay afterwards. They're just like, wow, you're so good. We want you back.
Yeah, we're gonna
on
renew
again.
your contract.
Exactly. A 1-day contract. I love this.
Will never had that opportunity.
Will had
He had that opportunity. He blew it.
every single time he came on, he blew it.
Why did he blow it? Like,
Well, that's a whole
He
other
hit
story.
He
Mike.
tried to
Oh,
whack
come on,
that
guy.
thing out of
No, he didn't
existence.
try it. He did.
He did whack that.
Well, but I will say it wasn't all on him. I was a bit of an antagonizer with the meter stick.
Anyways, you can all go watch it. Podcast 31.
You remember all the podcast numbers?
it's almost as if he does it.
It's almost as if I spent hours editing them or something, you know.
They're all looped together to me. I have no idea what the numbers are.
You should really get, you know, those like, it's like, what is it, like mine, like in the mines or some construction, they have like days since last accident.
We are supposed to get
Number
that.
of podcasts since last will.
Yes.
Man.
Anyways, any last words? Well,
Yeah. So I guess since
Okay.
you're so in depth into anime or whatever, do you feel like you understand Japanese at all, or you ever, like, try to learn it,
The funniest
or?
part is, yeah, once you... Okay, I love Japanese. I love hearing it in Japanese. So you start like, the whole anime community starts understanding words like nani or nandato or like, kaizakon. Yeah, like, if people understand
Phrases.
it.
So you get-
yeah,
you
you'll
get-
understand
okay.
phrases. Not to mention, like, having my brother was in Okinawa because he was in the Air Force, so, like, being with him, it was just, like, kind of live there. But, like, yeah, you kind of get there. It's just, like, of course I don't understand Japanese fully or at all.
Yeah, sure.
Like, if
But,
you
like,
watch,
you'll definitely pick up on phrases like baka. Like, everyone should know what baka means.
I
if
guess
you
I have a
watch
friend who's,
Spanish
like-
soap operas.
Yeah, exactly.
Same-
Like
like,
telemundos
same-
or stuff like
yeah.
that, like novellas.
Sure. Yeah, telenovels. Yes. I guess I have a friend who's actually trying to, with stuff online, he's trying to learn Japanese so he can better understand it. With the subtitles.
Oh.
So I don't know if you're the type of person that got invested in it to the point that you started spending outside time trying to learn. the
Yeah,
language.
I'm not that invested in it where I feel like I need to like go outside and learn the language. I know some people that are. Shout out to O'Hara, but yeah, I'm not that much into it.
I would
Like,
say the language is intense. It's
yeah,
It is a level 5 language.
it's a very
what's English?
Well, no. So English is what you base it off of.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
Level 1.
so
Cool.
so
What's
so
Spanish?
Spanish is a level 1 for
Because
English learners.
It's related like words like cognates.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
So
Like in Japanese, like I'd say Japanese.
they have like 3 different alphabets. They have
Mandarin,
Hankari.
Vietnamese, like mainly Eastern Asian languages are very
hard. Yeah.
very
Yes.
hard to do.
Korean,
Oh,
Chinese, all
retarded.
that.
And
Especially in written form with the characters. Like
I mean, that just takes a lot of practice with memorizing.
yeah.
But
I don't do that.
But yeah, so Spanish is level 1, and then Japanese is level 5, and then you have other languages. I think a lot of Slavic languages,
I would
like
say
level
Slavic,
3.
Slavic, I would
That's
say
Arabic.
like level 3.
Arabic is more level 4.
Oh.
Arabic is because there are vowels that if you grew up on English for like 16 years without hearing any Arabic, their vowels
are very guttural,
Yeah.
and even in reading their vowels, sometimes their vowels don't even show up.
Well,
you
luckily
have-
I've heard Arabic my
Yes.
entire childhood,
like there's
so I should be able to get it.
there's like an
a whole nother story,
H or an
kids.
AJ sound.
Are you
That's
talking
very,
about like Aleph? Sorry,
Yeah,
I
there's
studied.
a lot of like throat sounds.
It's
that
It's
we
very
don't- yeah.
like
throaty,
guttural, yeah.
because Spanish is more at the tip of the tongue.
Mm-hmm. Which is why a lot of the sounds in Spanish, you can make as an English speaker, but it's very obvious that you're an
English speaker, yeah.
because it doesn't sound like it's coming from the tip of your tongue.
Like
Well, they
Sakro
may be easier to
means
say.
Means drunk in Arabic. Magnoon or Magnuna also means crazy in Arabic.
Now that I know that, I'm gonna start calling all my favorite people.
I feel like
Yeah, so
all
I guess a
of those are
language
very
tip,
terrible things to
for
start
learning
off
a
with.
language is learning how to
I'd say
learning where the
Arabic is
tongue
spelled
placement is, because that kind of dictates a lot of the sounds or whatever, and so learning like how the mouth should move relative to your own language
Mhm.
can help you give the impression that you can speak it without actually being able to like
Yeah.
speak
I
it
told
with
you to
good
get on the
grammar.
accents. Anyways, I gotta end it.
Well,
Okay.
can we go on another tangent?
No, we're gonna end it. I'm
I will-
sorry.
I'll end it by saying like top five.
Top five animes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Come
go.
on. Slash manga.
Lightning round.
One Piece, starting at number 1. Number 2, that one's hard. I would say No Game No Life. Death Note.
I was thinking Death Note was gonna be on there.
Okay. After
It said lightning round.
okay.
See,
but
now you have to
I'm saying
explain
there's
it.
no
Don't
there's,
question
after
it.
One Piece. There's no specific order, right? I don't want to put Naruto and Bleach up there just because I'm not too much of a fan of Naruto and Bleach, but I will say that Akame ga Kill and that's another good anime.
Did you ever watch Attack on Titan?
I have. I'm not too huge on it, but I will say, you know what? Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Oh no, excuse me. Hunter x Hunter. Hunter has to be.
All
up
right, you heard it
All
here
right.
first, folks.
Done.
Top 5
Sorry.
animes from Jealous. I'm Dr. Sheep. That's Phil. That's Jealous. That's Kyle in the corner.
And Will's somewhere
Dead. Anyways, like thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, share, and
subscribe.
subscribe.
New videos out every other month.
No, what? New podcast every single Friday, 2 p.m. Central Time. And
good morning.
Night. Good night. Screw you.
Good evening.
Good night.
Good afternoon.